I know he's not a popular figure, but our former Vice President Mike Pence, in his convention speech in 2016, I guess it was, said you can judge a tree by the fruit it bears, which is straight out of the Bible. And he said, I will tell you, Donald Trump has raised some of the greatest people I have ever met in his children. And it really is true. And, for me personally, I am not blood related to President Trump, right? This is my father-in-law. I'm married into this family, and I grew up probably like a lot of people in this country did. I have a very kind of normal American background. I don't want to get all Kamala Harris on everybody, but I did grow up in a middle class family. And my parents were small business owners. I went to public school my whole life, and the idea that one day I would have the last name Trump was just like that was never in the cards for me as far as I knew. The bingo card did not have that filled out. But when I first met my husband, he was so different than what I anticipated someone with the last name Trump would be. In fact, I didn't know that his last name was Trump until, several hours after we met and had been hanging out a while. And I was like, oh, well, he was actually nice and like down to earth and seemed relatively normal. Cause in my mind, you expect a certain a way of people whenever they have a famous last name. But it wasn't just my husband, it was the entire family. And I would take that all the way up to my father in law because, for the things he's done in his life, for, The Apprentice, the changing the skyline of New York City, now obviously being president of the United States twice. This is a man who can connect with anyone, Michael. And I think that's one of the really cool things about him. If you go back in Donald Trump's history and you go back to when he was building like Trump Tower, for example, which by the way, he had a woman in charge of building Trump Tower, just going to throw that out when that was not a popular thing to do. He wouldn't go straight to the building manager, the person who was in charge of the entire group there. He would go to the one guy all the way on the other side, with a nail gun and say, "What do you think's going on? How do you think this job is going?" He's always gone to, the wait staff or the janitorial staff or the housekeeping crew at any of the hotels or properties and talk to them before he talks to the general manager, because those are the people who really see day to day what goes on. Those are the people who are going to give you the real lowdown on what's happening. But he's able to connect with anyone. And that was immediately apparent to me when I first met him. So I love that you saw that. And I love that I hope other people have seen that and feel that about this man. Donald Trump doesn't care, what your job title is. He doesn't care how much money you have in the bank. He cares about finding out what you think about a certain topic or getting your opinion on things, because he loves to take opinions from all different kinds of people and oftentimes the people who least expect it.
My friends, if you enjoyed this video, I'm going to give you an opportunity to become my partner in business. Franzese Wine experiencing tremendous growth over the past couple of years, and we're going to experience even further growth in the next few years. You're going to have an opportunity to be my partner because you've been supporting me, you've been my fan base, and I want to share this with you. So go to invest.franzesewine.com, and offer you shouldn't refuse.